Hello, my name's Jonny Drury. Welcome to ShropshireStar.com. I'm here with Shrewsbury Town correspondent Lewis Cox. Shrewsbury have just won for the third game in a row, but up until the goal, Lewis, it was pretty unmemorable, to be perfectly honest, wasn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, speak for yourself. No, you were, you were continuously reminding me of what a great time you were having. No, let's be fair. It wasn't, one for the purists.
Yeah, it wasn't a memorable one, was it?
No, but a memorable finish, a win that will, I suppose, be remembered for Dan Udoh's brilliant late winner. Top scorer, 15 for the season, has a low-key game like most of his teammates, I think, in a low-key afternoon and thrashes one in from outside the box to win the game, 5 minutes from time. Just sums up where he's at and I suppose where the team are at now. 3 wins in a row, flying, aren't they? Up to 15th, as we say. We'll go into that, but just in a great place, and they've played well today without winning. They improved in the second half. They had to. It was a pretty poor first half all round, I think, from both sides. Bit of a struggle of a watch, but great outcome, great win. They've got real sort of potential now, haven't they, in the final 6 games between now and the end of the season, with what they can achieve. They have 12 very much in their sights, and you wouldn't bet against it happening the way they're going, certainly.
Just a couple of talking points from the game. Obviously, with the goal, which was one of the main, what sparked the game into a little bit of life, really. It was a
5 minutes from time.
It was a fantastic strike from Daniel Udoh, one that he took really early. It's almost, it's a hammer of a right foot. We've seen that a few times this season.
Hammer of both. Yeah. Actually, we just interviewed Tyrese Forner, and he said he's never known a player so strong off both feet. That goal there, anyone who saw it today, no backlift.
No, nothing.
He's almost like, someone said up there in the press box, almost dragged it. Yeah, it's still a rocket and gets into the corner before the keeper can blink or react. He's got such power. I mean, the manager spoke about it recently, Steve Cotterill, such power off either foot, and the manager sort of tells him just to blast it. Just to blast it through the keeper if you have to. Stop trying to be so accurate to find the corner, because you can try and be too accurate. And if you just hammer it from wherever you are, close range, like we saw 10 days ago, or from outside the box, he's got the power to do it. And I think that's a serious tool for Dan, because I think it's a rare trait that not many forwards possess. I think it could take him a long way, to be honest. He's flying, isn't he? 15 goals in all comps. A real record to be proud of, a real sort of modern historical record for Town in terms of goals, some effort, and match winner today again.
Yeah, we always say it, Daniel Udoh's a thoroughly nice guy as well, so it's always nice to see when he gets on the score sheet. Just before we talk about all the stats that we were talking about before this video, just one talking point from the game. Obviously, like we said, it wasn't a 3-0 like last week or a 5-0 excitement like the week before, but one observation sort of we were talking about midway through the half was the fact that Luke Lee had to play in a back 3 today rather than the middle of midfield. Maybe sort of took a little bit of that creativity out of Salop's midfield.
Yeah, maybe. That was a big change. Obviously, Lee's been the best player this season, certainly the best player late, but the shove around today, Town were weakened because of losing Tom Flanagan to Northern Ireland, international duty. We wondered how the manager would go, what he would do. It was a bit of a surprise to see Lee left centre half, I would say, and just because you're going to miss how well he's been in the middle, and Town probably did that. I think another of the midfielders, again, Forner, who we just spoke to, was excellent. You noticed him, didn't you, the first time you've seen him? One of Town's best players, if not their best player today. Did a good job in the middle, but missed Lee and what he brings. I mean, there was the thing really worth mentioning, I suppose, is the half-time change and the half-time sub and the tactical tweak. Steve Cotterill removed Tom Bloxham from sort of the wide right forward role, introduced Josh Daniels as the wing back, sent Elliot Bennett into midfield, and it made a difference. Yeah. Town were much improved second half, weren't they? And managers also sort of put big emphasis on the fitness. He said, hot day, really hot day. One of those draining ones, really, I'd say, when the hot weather's come out of nowhere. Yeah. And the manager said with
be raining again by next week, probably.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. Still chilly in that press box. The manager said with half an hour, 20 minutes to go, he felt his side was just fitter and stronger as the game was going on, and it looked like that, to be honest. Second half, I'm struggling to think of any Lincoln opening really, other than a sort of cross that missed everyone right at the end. And that does stem back to the summer, I think, the pre-season they had when they were drilled, ran into the ground. The fitness has bore fruit throughout the season, I would say, at times, late in games, and we're still seeing it now, which is interesting in these conditions. But yeah, that tactical side of it, there was a big tweak at sort of half-time today that made the difference, I would say.
And just finally, we spoke about statistics. I think it's 15 goals for Udoh, 15 clean sheets.
Yeah.
3 wins on the bounce now for the first time since, I think it's December 2020.
When he first came in.
When he first came in. 3 clean sheets on the bounce, 6 clean sheets in 7. We could go on, but they're all, like you say, things are bearing fruit, aren't they?
Yeah.
One thing I noticed differently today, the atmosphere was an awful lot different from when I was here sort of 2 or 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Things have just, I think we said it in the week, things have just started to click now.
Yeah, momentum. Like, there feels like momentum at the moment, doesn't there, with results which have come from improved performances. They warranted better results for a little while, and now it's started to come. Fans, I would say, by and large, have always had the team's back, really. I don't think it's ever turned massively. Maybe little spells in games, and obviously they had a winless run not so long ago, but still I think the crowd were with them, because I think in games they were playing well, a lot of the games anyway. But yeah, it feels like there's a momentum about the place, which obviously if they can keep this going for the final 6 games, you mentioned those stats there, that will be great come the summer, won't it? Because you can look back at a season that really ended really well and ended with an excellent finish, and it kind of just leaves it on that positive note for the recruitment, for the tweaking of the squad to go into a new season and aim for even higher with the confidence. I mean, it gets touched on a lot, I think, by the players when we speak with them, and maybe the manager as well. Actually, the manager's done it a bit today to Sky and to us as well there. Talks about the poor run at the start of the season, whatever it was, 2 or 3 wins in 14, I think he quoted.
It was 5 without a goal, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, it was dire run of start of results, wasn't it? Run of results, it really was. They were second bottom, I'm sure. And yeah, you just wonder if, like, that period until about, say, October, by the way, which is when they got their first clean sheet, which is incredible when you look at that record now you were on about. You should wonder if that record was a little better to start the season with. They could have started the season with even 2 or 3 more wins. We're on about a side that would now be like in the top half. So it's interesting, and it does open your eyes to maybe what the team, the manager and the team and squad here could achieve. Obviously, some of it rests on summer recruitment and stuff, but you'd back summer recruitment when you see the quality that's come in so far from the manager, wouldn't you? So yeah, great run, great momentum. The stats are brilliant. I think 3 points from 12. So they've moved up to 15th today, haven't they? As we say, 3 points from 12. 12th would be anywhere between 12th and 14th. I think would be a really good finish. Really good. Historically really good. I think bar Paulhurst playoff final season, the best League One finish of the last 30 years, I should say, is 15th, and that was points per game COVID. I think non-points per game it might have been 16th. So, if you finish in 12th to 14th, there's a real improvement on that. And the gap above 12 is gone. There's a bit of a gap there. You're not going to finish higher than 12. But if they can get there, it's even by the history books, it's a hell of an effort. And you'll be looking back saying, well, that was a good season. We got something to build on it for next year.
A lot of numbers there between me and Lewis Cox, a lot of stats, but there's only one that mattered, and that was 1-0, Daniel Udoh's goal. For the rest of your reaction to today's Salop victory, go to shropshirestars.com.